was on the Spurs in
But-
'99. He was in G League.
No, he was playing internationally. He wasn't on the team.
David
until
Robinson
03.
is going to the Hall of Fame. Manu Ginobili is going to the Hall of Fame.
Yeah, because of
Tony
Tim Duncan.
Parker is
Manu
going to the
Ginobili.
Hall of
Tim
Fame.
Duncan.
Nigga, Manu
Kawhi
Ginobili.
Leonard is
Wait,
going to the Hall of Fame.
hold up. Manu Ginobili is going to the Hall of Fame with a career average of 13 points on terrible field goal percentage.
Be honest with you, Danny
it's 'cause of
Green
Tim
is
Duncan.
probably going to the Hall of Fame.
Who?
Danny Green is
Danny
probably
Green
going to
for
the
sure
Hall of
going
Fame.
to the Hall of Fame.
Are you really moved by Hall of Famers in the NBA?
We're presenting like these niggas were good.
They
Yeah,
were. You don't.
No,
go to the
Danny
finals
Green
with
was
just
actually
garbage.
good. He was
Bro,
he was an elite shooter
we
and
not-
he was good
bro,
on defense.
we not
and he
finna
could
fake-
lock down.
We not
You're not
gonna
about to
fake
sit here
like
and say
these
Tim
niggas
Duncan
were.
was averaging 100 points a game. Like, we're
Like
not
these
doing that.
niggas were. Stop, bro.
We're not saying that they're superstars, but they was great players, bro.
They were system players.
Okay, I'm gonna say something, right? Well, LeBron took that raggedy Make-A-Wish team to the finals. Name somebody that was actually good on that team.
What year? You talking about 2018? Because I think that was the
2007.
Oh,
When he played
2007.
Tim Duncan the first
Big
time.
Z. Big Z.
Booby Gibson.
Big Z, Big Z, come on, bro, don't do that.
What?
Bro,
Do
who
you
said
think Big Z
that
can
Danny Green is
guard
going to
Tim
go to the Hall
Duncan?
of Fame?
Dog.
Nigga
He
is
was.
not
They,
going to
hold
the Hall
on.
of
There were a
Fame.
top 5 defenses that year with Big Z and Anderson Varejao. Why are we acting like that's?
Varejao wasn't on that team yet.
Varejao
no,
was
no,
on
no.
that team.
Danny
Not
Green
no
makes the
seven.
Hall of Fame. I might fucking cry. I'm not gonna lie.
Danny Green is going to the Hall of
Danny
Fame.
Green's not a Hall of Famer. Varejao was on that team.
Yeah. What?
Stop, bro.
Am I getting
Stop, bro.
gaslit?
Nigga,
Oh, yeah, he
Danny,
was on that team.
Anderson
nigga, Danny
Varejao
Green got a
is
career
fucking
average of
fourth.
8 points per game, bro.
Yeah,
Stop that.
Danny
Bro,
Green is
Varejao
not
a great
going to
player, bro.
Dog,
Not
he
really
was
a starter.
good defensively.
dick sucking.
That's his role.
Stop.
So is Joakim Noah a Hall of Famer to you?
No.
Joakim Noah is better than Varejao, legit.
Okay, so what?
What?
I might
Bro,
cry.
that 07 team was
Bro,
ass.
what is up with niggas overrating every player Tim Duncan
Bro,
played with?
I'm gonna say it like this, bro. That old team was not ass, but like if Braun would have shot better, if he wouldn't have shot 36% and he shot like 40-41%,
If LeBron wasn't on that team, they wouldn't have gotten nowhere near the finals.
Bro, listen.
but he was.
He might not have
That's-
made the playoffs.
Wait,
That's
real quick.
that's most teams throughout NBA history. You take off
Wait,
their
y'all
best
man,
players.
y'all man, I'm gonna tell you one thing and one thing only. One of the things I already said. Tim Duncan has the highest all-time career box plus minus in NBA history.
Because he's played
I don't know
Hall
what
of Fame
that
his
has
whole
to do.
career.
And y'all man,
What does
y'all
that
man.
have to? I don't know what that has to do.
By the way, box plus minus isn't dependent on Hall of Famers. It depends on how good your team is when you're on the court versus off the court.
I know.
that's a
If
big
the
difference.
When
team
you say
is winning
better-
because they have good players, your plus minus is going to look really good.
That's not how that works.
But when
Okay,
you say
cool,
better,
cool.
I'm thinking you talking about it as a
are you gonna
basketball
tell me-
player.
hold on, so you're
I
gonna
don't
tell
think Tim
me
is a better
2009?
basketball player than Kobe.
You're gonna say
I
you're
don't
gonna
think
tell
he's
me
a better basketball player
2009
than
Roger
Kobe.
Mason is a good
And
player?
another, Tim Duncan's also the only player in NBA history with 100 plus offensive and defensive win shares. The only. Nobody else has done it.
I don't really trust those advanced analytics, to be honest with you.
That's not.
I really
Look it
don't
up,
trust
my
them.
nigga. I have no reason to lie.
He is better than damn near everybody on this list that you got.
And I'm not even sure if he's better than the prime Shaq. I'm really not sure of that.
Oh well, Shaq at his best is better, but Shaq couldn't
That's what I'm trying to
sustain
say.
that.
Like he
Yeah,
did
but
sweep.
Shaq only sustained that for like 3 or 4 years.
You like he's saying like better because of like certain stats, bro, like certain advanced stats.
Bro, no, this nigga, I told him why Tim Duncan's better than Kobe because he's just a better winner. This nigga said, but he just does bank shots. Nobody wants to see that shit. Nigga, I'm not trying to hear that shit. I don't give a fuck.
I mean, it is the truth though. Nobody want to see no
I
fucking
mean, but the
bank.
goal
Yeah,
of
but he is a
basketball
better
is to
winner,
put the
though. He
ball
is a
in the
better
basket.
winner.
No
That's
matter
not
how you
really
do it
nice.
off the bank, all
I
net,
mean,
rim.
he also had five.
Wait,
Bro, he's
wait,
played with
wait.
5 Hall of Famers, like first ballot Hall of
These
Fame. Like,
niggas
what
were
doing?
trash.
Bro,
Not
Stop
first ballot.
pretending like
Yeah,
outside
first
of David
ballot.
Robinson and maybe
Bro,
Kawhi.
Manu
Yeah, maybe
Ginobili
David
and Tony
Robinson,
Parker.
Manu
Bro.
Ginobili, Tony
Bro.
Parker,
Manu's not a
Kawhi
first
Leonard.
ballot. Tony Parker's not a first ballot. Like,
Bro, Manu
What?
Ginobili
They're
and
going
Tony
first
Parker
ballot.
have to
I'll
be
put my
killed.
life
no,
on
I
Tony
don't care
Parker.
what you're saying. You don't have an official vote, so you're not going to tell
I
me
guarantee
who's
you
first
they're going
ballot
to-
and who's not.
Why are they?
I guarantee they're going to the first ballot. I
No,
guarantee.
Are both of them in the Hall of Fame already?
No, they're not eligible yet. They ain't been out the league long enough. But I'm saying when they are, they're going first ballot.
But what is it? What does that even matter though? What does it matter?
Yeah, what does that matter?
Yeah, I'm trying to say he's played on some really, really fucking good teams, fam.
Yeah, those teams would not have been that good.
Okay, look at it like this, bro.
Floor.
Okay, cool. He played on really good teams, but he still has to perform, bro.
I'm
You
not
can be on the
arguing
good
that.
team.
I'm not saying he's
You
not
can
a
be on a
great
good
player.
team
I'm
and don't
not
perform.
arguing that point. I'm not saying he's not a great player. I've never said he was bad. But what I am saying, you're
Tony Parker and Manu
going to look
Ginobili
better
are
if you
two
play
of
with
the
better
most
players, fam.
overrated niggas in NBA history. It's not close.
Yeah, Tony. I don't understand. I don't understand like why. I don't understand how we get to this point where because Tony Parker and Manu Ginobili are much worse than every other player that is playing along.
If KG would have been on those Spurs teams, he probably would have won the same amount of rings.
Hell
no.
Worst hypothetical ever.
No.
But who?
Bro, do you understand how good
KG
KG is as a player?
Who would you rather have? Would you rather have prime Shaq or peak Shaq or Tony Parker and Manu Ginobili as teammates?
I'd have prime Shaq.
Okay. Would you rather have prime Shaq? I mean, would you have Tony Parker, Manu Ginobili, or Kareem?
Kareem.
Tony Parker, Manu.
What? Kareem?
Kareem scored.
That's enough out of you, bro. Have a great day. Have a great day, bro. That's enough out of you. You tripping? That's enough out of you. Stop.
Did I just hear that shit?
Nigga,
What
Tony
the hell?
Parker, bro. Tony Parker and Manu Ginobili are the most overrated players ever, just because they play with Tim Duncan. This shit don't make sense to me, bro. I don't get it.
And like again, I'm a Spurs fan, and I have to like talk people off the edge about Tony Parker and Manu. Like systematically, even like the basketball community as of lately are just pushing the hell out of Manu because the impact metrics in 05, and it's driving me crazy. Like,
Bro,
please stop.
Niggas act like, and niggas be talking about he had great teams like 1999, 2003, 2005. He didn't carry the fucking Spurs. This nigga got help for 2 championships, and they said he had great teams. Nigga,
I don't even think he had help with that. 07 is also another. They kind of dragged
when he was drafted from 1997 to 05. That nigga had no help.
He dragged them to the finals. Absolutely.
Yeah, I might even if you look at like what they were doing leading up to the like finals itself, like Tim is like very clearly the best player on that team up until like the last 2 games of the playoffs. But you know, it is what it is.
Yeah.
This nigga said 2005. Like this nigga Tim. Then this nigga said 2007 finals. Like nigga Tim averaged more in every category except points. He averaged more assists than the playmaker of the team, my nigga. Tim deserved that finals MVP.
I wholeheartedly agree.
Bro, I'm giving that shit to Tim.
Yeah,
that nigga Tony Parker averaged 6 more points in every other statistical category Tim Duncan beat him in, and they gave it to give it to Tim.
If you watch that series, you're seeing the definitive double teams and like the digs that the Cavs are going down to Tim Duncan that is opening driving lanes and open threes for Tony Parker specifically. They're asking Tony to beat them. So I just don't know why people are just like don't remember that.
Because they haven't watched that series. People make
it's because nobody watches Tim Duncan because the nigga's boring. Like it's crazy that I see niggas put Tim Duncan 7 to 12. Like nigga, you know nothing about basketball, bro.
No, I ain't gonna lie. If you put Tim Duncan out of your top 10, I can't even like fathom an argument.
Bro, listen, usually I put him top 5, but I tolerate top 7. Anything below top 7 is crazy. You can't name 7 players better than Tim Duncan. That's crazy as hell.
What's unfortunate?
Hold on, so who your top 5?
My top 5, I got Brian, Mike, Kareem. I don't do pre-merger, by the way, but I got Brian, Mike, Kareem, Timmy, and Kobe.
And then I'm guessing you got Shaq at 6.
Magic.
Oh, okay. I'll take that.
Wait, so a question. So if you don't do pre-merger, then how is Kareem top 3?
Because Kareem played more years of his career outside of the merger than he did in.
Yeah, but he played worse years of his career.
Yeah.
He still for about 5 years outside of the merger, he still was a 25-10 player.
Yeah, but
he played
Kareem. If we be in Kareem's top, because Because I think Kareem only has like what one or maybe two of his MVPs from like 77 onwards.
Yeah.
Like
He played.
his best seasons as an individual player are very clearly post merger.
Yeah, it's still, but it's still. He had 7 years before the merger. He played 7 years before the merger, and 5 years after the merger, he was still great. It can be arguable 6. He was still great. So it's about the same. Like it's really not a difference.
No, there's a. I'm looking at it now. There's a difference. Those first 7 years in his career, Kareem is 30, 15, and 4 on 55% from the field, and he is like a really great defender. Like the following like 5 to 7 years after that, he's not even averaging 25 points. Like he's not like he's still a really good player. I'm not saying he's not, but like the argument to Kareem being a top 3 player is solely what he did.
Great.
So the merger happened in 76.
Mm-hmm.
After 76, he averaged 26 and 13, 25 and 12, 23 and 12, 24 and 10, 26 and 10, 23 and 8, 21 and 7, 21 and 7, 22 and 8, 23 and 6. He was still a great player after the merger.
I'm not saying he wasn't great, but he's asking why is he top 3 though? That's what he's asking.
So about 6 years.
Without if you're excluding the 30 and 15 that he's basically averaging for 7 years, if you're excluding that, how could he be top 3?
And afterwards he still won 5 chip. No.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, you're right. 5 championships.
Yep. It's to me, the definitive. If we're talking about post merger, after his prime doesn't match up to anybody.
Wait, hold up. Post merger, he's still a 23 points per game, 9.7 in rebounds player with 5 chips.
Yeah,
Is that top 3 all time?
Yeah, I was about to say, is that top 3
Who the
material?
fuck you putting over that?
You can put Tim Duncan against that.
No.
Put Tim Duncan over him. Exactly. No. If you do post merger specifically,
with still 2.3 blocks, no.
What is Duncan averaging?
Tim Duncan probably was good for most of his career. Probably played 19 seasons. I give him 12 seasons. If
you look at Duncan from 98 to 08, he's 22, 12 on 2 blocks, 3 assists, 50% from the field, 4 championships, 3 finals MVPs, 2 league MVPs, all NBA, all defensive team, every single year that I just listed off.
Sounds better than Kareem than me.
Sure do.
Yeah, if you're not considering the first 7 years of Kareem's, because for me that is the difference between Kareem and Duncan, is that those first 7 years, basically Kareem's first 10 years, he is just like definitively a better player than Duncan from a talent perspective.
Absolutely. Like, I'm fine with post merger stuff if you think like that.
It's 6 years to 6 years.
Of Tim Duncan's prime?
Kareem was drafted 69. His first season was 70. So
yeah,
it's 5. It's 6 years to 6 years.
Yeah, I'm saying what's the 6 years that you're measuring to, like Tim Duncan's prime? Because I think it's longer than 6 years.
I'm not excluding 6 years of Kareem because it was pre-merger. I'm excluding Bill Russell and Wilt because their entire career was pre-merger. The ABA was taking all of the great players, all of the black players, and were going to the ABA. The NBA was weak as hell. Started 1971 is really when players really started going back to the NBA.
I mean, yes and no. Like, I think that's vastly overdrawn because people will only use the ABA expedition games against the NBA and say they would win. But like, if you go by their top 50, other than Mel Daniels, you can't name anybody who is a great ABA/NBA player. You just can't do it. Zelmo Beatty? No. Like, the NBA, I think definitively.
In 1972, Julius Erving went from the ABA to the NBA. Artis Gilmore in 71.
Yeah, Artis Gilmore won ABA MVP. I'm totally with that. I'm totally with that. I think you're right. The top end talent was there, but a collective.
Rick Barry and George Gervin went from the ABA to the NBA in 72.
And Gervin went back and was still translating in the NBA. I understand, but even collectively for the decade, 1970s had only MVPs at the center position, while the ABA was inconsistent because like Moses Malone won a ABA MVP, and that's fine. You mentioned Artis, Mel Daniels a couple years, George McGinnis, and that kind of stuff. But those guys mostly were like translated to the NBA post merger, all except, ironically, the best ABA player of all time, Mel Daniels. He only played 6 games.
Mel Daniels didn't even play in the NBA for